Local transportation crews have been working on the road since snow hit the region this weekend. Our Chase Campbell talked with officials about how that work is going.
As the Mid-Ohio Valley endures more cold temperatures and winter precipitation, local transportation officials are working around the clock to ensure that roads are safe and clear for drivers. West Virginia Division of Highways District 3 Manager Michael Daly says crews started pre-treating roads on Sunday.
We started out on Sunday morning real early, starting to pre-treat all of our expressway lanes with salt brine and beet juice, which that's something new to our district now, which allows us to take care of the de-icing at lower temperatures.
Daly says that pre-treating made it easier for crews to respond during the weather event. As of Monday morning, Daly said crews had prioritized clearing main roads and responding to refreezing.
On the back roads, gravel roads and things like this, we haven't made it to those, but we pretty well got the blacktop roads cleaned up now. We're heading back to the third and fourth priority routes.
In Washington County, Ohio Department of Transportation Administrator Rick Venom says crews took steps to ensure they were ready before the snow hit the area.
We seen the weather was moving in this weekend, and we did a little preparation at the end of last week. Just the normal stuff for going through our trucks and making sure everything's ready to go in tip-top shape.
Since Sunday evening, Venom says crews have been on the roads continuously to respond to accumulating snow. He says crews didn't run into any major issues while on the road.
This one here went really smooth. We had no equipment issues. We're late in the winter, so we've got all the bugs out of our trucks and things. We're in good shape on our materials and everything, so everything went as smooth as could with this.
Officials from both agencies urge drivers to accommodate plows and other work vehicles while they're on the road.
Just give us plenty of room. Anytime we have a larger snow event, we've got to get out into the intersections and clean them up, so just pay attention to our work zones and help us out.
One thing we stick with is, giving us don't crowd the plow, give our guys a lot of room to work out there. I've really appreciated the traffic this winter with some of the bigger events and stuff. People took the idea and stayed home and kept the roads clear, so it allowed us to do our job out there.
Officials also encourage people to drive slowly and keep on the lookout for ice for as long as the cold weather persists. Chase Campbell, WTAP News.